All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday to everybody. We are running a little bit late here, about a moment behind here, but we are now live on Facebook. Want to welcome in our Facebook audience as well. Guys, today we are going to have a number of different people that we're bringing on to kind of share with all of you, hey, what does it take to become an ambassador? What does it take to succeed here at Travorium? In fact, I want to go grab our special guest for today. We have a brand new one-star, and well, I shouldn't say brand new. She's been a one-star for a moment now, but we can get to Anita Pruitt here, if I can find her. I think we got Mr. Daryl Roberts here as well. Hey, Daryl, good morning. How are you, sir? And guys, it's not too late to make sure that you get your entire team on here. Make sure that you're texting everybody. Hey, guys, the training call is starting. But we do have, we're going to cover a lot of different things today. We're going to cover the compensation plan announcement the company made yesterday. They gave us even more money once again. We're going to cover that as well today. But guys, we have the great, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the king of Sting, the Monte Cristo, the best to ever do it. We call him MJ. Mr. Dale Roberts, welcome, sir.
Hey, Todd, good morning to you, man. Always a pleasure teaming up with you. I can't remember how long we've done this. Has it been 2 years? Has it been 4 years that we've done this? But, man, I couldn't think of any place better to be on a Saturday morning, hanging out with you and just sharing good information and hearing from people and the success stories that they're having. So another unbelievable week with Travorium this week. And Maria and I are really, really excited. Glad to be here with you, the best to ever do it.
Yeah, well, Bo, if you don't mind, I know you wanted to talk a little about Bill Britt today, right? I'm grabbing Anita real quick. She's having a technical difficulty, so I'm going to go help her. But maybe you want to start off with that story.
Yeah, well, actually, yeah. Some of the people know it. I want to go in detail because, Todd, I know we've talked about this multiple times. I've heard this story literally hundreds of times over the 30 years that I've been in the business. And sometimes we reflect on things a little bit different and wanted to definitely help people out and kind of tie it into travel. But people ask me all the time, can I really find prospects and get them to enroll in the business? So I want people to know, yes, people are out there. We all know a few people, or we could actually find a few people who would come in, get excited, and help us build this amazing company called Travorium and help us all reach ambassador and beyond. Now, the challenge is, guys, is we just don't know who, we don't know when or where those individuals are going to show up. So I want you to think about this morning. And the truth about the business is the ones who literally change your life, guys, they're not always the one that you really think. They're not always loud. They're not obvious. They may not look perfect or be perfect on paper, but they're out there waiting for you to find them. Now, the real question for everybody right now, jot this down if you're taking some notes. Will you stay in long enough to find those individuals? Okay, let me go ahead and start all the way over. No, just kidding. Will you stay in long enough to find those individuals out there? Will you get skilled at the inviting aspect of our business? And that's what's critical. Too many people say too much. A few people say not enough at all. There's a small mix there that if you learn how to peak, not try to do the telling nor the selling, you can actually become successful. So here's the other big thing. If you're taking notes, learn how to handle rejection with grace. Guys, that is something that is so apropos to our business, and most people get upset. And I know in the beginning I did as well. I didn't like it. It was demeaning. It was like, I was rejected, and sometimes you feel like quitting. But develop consistency when your emotions scream quit. You have to do that even when you don't, feel good about the situation, because that is part and parcel for being successful in our business. It's part and parcel of being successful in anybody's business. What do you have to do? You got to push through those early no's until you get to the gold. And guys, that is critical. That's what Maria and I did. That's what Todd and Gina did. We had a bunch of no's, a bunch of rejection in the beginning. We just didn't show up here on top of the mountain. We pushed through and got through the other side. Because here's what most people never understand. Guys, you don't need thousands of yeses. You just need a few of the right people You just need a few people to say yes, and then people that actually say yes and then they really mean it. And you know what I'm talking about. Somebody that's going to stick to the course, that's going to figure this thing out. But those people, here's the challenge. They're always hidden in the crowd. They're not sitting right there and saying, hey, pick me, or hey, I'm the one knocking on your door. They're not those individuals. They're hidden in the crowd. Finding them takes grit. Finding them takes resilience. Finding them takes learning how to sort people, not sell. Todd and I talk about this on a regular basis. And most of all, guys, it takes vision. You have to have vision to create that success for you and your family. So think of your dream team like treasure that's hidden in a field. So I want you to think about it. It's a big field out in front of you. And I want you to think about that. Man, there's my people that are going to help me go ambassador out there. They're hidden in that field. So every conversation is a shovel. Think about that. You got a shovel every time you talk to somebody. Every invite is you're digging into that earth. You may not hit gold on the first try, guys. You may not hit it on the 50th. I tell the story all the time. It took us 300 calls to get to Danny Seguinal. Was it worth it? Absolutely. This is the stuff you really need to understand. But here's the deal. If you keep digging, you have to, guys, you're definitely going to strike gold. You're going to get there. And when you do, guys, everything is going to change in your life. Now, that brings us to one of the most powerful lessons that Marie and I have learned in our 30 plus years of being successful here. And this lesson right here, it literally took us to understand what we needed to go through to become successful, because sometimes the only way you can become successful is if you fail. There's only certain things that you can learn if you fail. And if you don't go through that, again, you're not going to learn those lessons. But think about this, guys. Most people want to travel. Most people want to be their own boss, right? Most people want to make a 6-figure, 7-figure income. Most people want to live life on their terms. I mean, how many of you out there want to have 6 Saturdays and 1 Sunday every week? Put some stars in there. How many of you would love to live life, or some hearts in there, and have 6 Saturdays and 1 Sunday every single week, that you wake up on a Wednesday or Thursday and you forget literally what day it is? I can tell you how many times, I can't tell you how many times that's happened for Maria. What day is it? Because again, the same thing we do working from home or wherever we're traveling can make this a reality. But those same people also want it to happen fast. And here's the big issue for those of you that really want to understand what I'm talking about here. We want it now. In the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the girl, I want it now. And we live in a microwave society, fast food, everything gets quickly done, and you want it now. And unfortunately, that's not going to work here in our business. Again, and not only do we want it fast, we want it with no rejection, we want it with no resistance, and we want it with no real evidence. So I want you to get real, right, guys? Now, the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wish. So write that down. If you think this is going to happen automatically with you, success doesn't come to those who wish. It comes to those who work the numbers. Guys, write that down. Those that work the numbers, that's those of you that are going to have success. And then if you track the numbers, and no one said it better than the story we're going to get into right now, Mr. Bill Britt. He's a legend in our profession. And because of this guy, Marie and I learned this, and it kept us moving forward when we understand his story. Now, Bill Britt, some of you know the story. Some of you may be hearing for the first time. He's built one of the largest organizations in the history of network marketing. And then the reporter asked him, how did he do that? Well, guys, he gave us a breakdown that is legendary today. And if you get this point and you start sharing this with your team, guys, it's going to make a big difference. He said, I showed the plan to 1,200 people. 900 said no. 300, they signed up. And out of those 300, 85 did something. 35 were serious. 11 made him a multi-millionaire. So guys, here's the story today. Let's break this down. Here's a pro tip. Bill didn't stop after showing 12 people. How many of you know people that show it to 5 people and they stop? He didn't quit when the first 100 said no. He showed the plan to 1,200 people, the opportunity. Then here's the lesson that if you understand this, and this is the lesson that Todd learned, Gina learned, David learned, Marie and I learned. Success in this business is a sorting game. You're not looking for everyone. Even though you think you are, you're really not. You're looking for the right ones. Think of it like panning for gold. You know, people back in the day used to pan for gold all the time. People still do it today. You sift through the rocks and you got the dirt in the water and you're panning and thousands of particles just to find a few gold nuggets. I mean, think about that. When we leave here today, that's what we're actually doing. Nobody complains about the rocks. They keep on sifting until they find gold, at least the one that becomes successful. So here's the reality check. Bill heard 900 no's. That's 75% of the people he talked to. Now, I want you to let that sink in for a minute. This is a guy who heard 900 no's. 75% of the people said no to him. 3 out of every 4 people rejected him, yet he didn't even take it personally. He understood this. Most people don't. The no's are not stop signs, guys. When somebody says no, it's not, oh, I got to quit. No, they're not speed bumps on the way to success. Guys, they're just little obstacles that are in your way. Bill understood the law of large numbers. And if you can understand this point, another key point, take a note on that. From those 1,200, 300 of those people enrolled. That's 25% sign-up rate, which is pretty phenomenal when you really consider it was mostly just sharing his vision of where he was actually going and in the future. And so many people actually got bought that, 25%. But here's where it really, really, really gets real. And if you get this point, I think this might help some of you out there. Not all of the 300 stayed. Not all 300 did anything. They didn't. And Bill didn't expect them to stay or to do something. He knew people come in for their own reasons, not yours. You may think people want to travel. You may think people want to get rich and make a lot of money. There's lots of reasons people come in. Then again, guys, here's what happened. 85, make sure I got my numbers right. Yeah, 85 actually did something. So out of 300, only 85 actually did something. That means 215 enrolled. But what happened? They sat on their hands. They didn't do anything. They didn't show up. Why? Well, guys, let's figure it out. Some people got scared. Some people got nervous. Some people were lazy. Some got talked out of it by broke friends and skeptical family members out there, guys. Does that sound familiar? Anybody run into people like that and they just tell you negative things and sometimes they just want you not to do it because if you become successful, it makes them look bad. So they come up with a story. This is unfortunately where most people quit. They get 10 or 20 people in, and that's even the ones who continue to work. You get 10 to 20 people in, and then none of them actually do anything. You know, they think the system doesn't work. So you sign up a few people, they sound great, they don't do anything, and you think, man, this company doesn't work. Nobody wants to travel. Nobody wants to share this with anybody else. But here's what Bill Britt knew that other people didn't. He was in the sorting business. He understood this. And if you understand this today, your whole perspective of our business will change. You know, then came the 35 who got serious. Out of those numbers, 35 actually got real serious. That's where your leaders start to form. People start to start understanding what it really takes to build this. They're willing to plug in and do the things. So these are the ones that plugged in. They showed up consistently. They got on the training consistently. They took notes. They applied the information. They thought about what was said on that training, and then they took some action. They actually invited prospects on a consistent basis. You know, hey, I'm going to do this no matter what. They even attended the big company events, you know, like the one coming up in July that you haven't, booked yet, and you need to book today to make sure that you're there. Excuse me, that's what people do that are becoming successful. So only 35 people, guys, look at the numbers. I actually broke this down. It's 2.9% of the original 1,200. But Bill knew that leaders are rare. So again, that's another point. You got to understand, leaders are rare. You don't need hundreds of them. You just need a handful who are going to be serious about it. Guys, think of your business. I want you to think of it like a deck of cards. You guys have heard us talk about this, but if you really want something to think about daily or through the week or the month with your team, when you take a look at a deck of cards, there's only 4 aces in that deck, but you have to flip through 48 other cards to actually get to them. Is it worth it if you could do that? If you could pull out 4 aces out of 52 people? Absolutely. Maybe you have to get a second deck or a third deck. But see, most people stop flipping. Here's your challenge for most of you, and maybe not for you, but some of the people in your organization that you're going to bring in. Most people stop flipping the deck of cards after 5 or 6 cards. Well, didn't find one. This doesn't work. I got to go do a job that I hate for another 25, 30, 40 years and retire on 40% of what I couldn't live on at 100%. But leaders, here's what we do. We just keep flipping every card until you find a Todd Strand, until you find a David Hart, until you find a Deborah Taylor, Harlan, one of the other many leaders that are out there. And only 11 people out of 1,200, they stuck. They built and they duplicated. They understood the assignment, right? And that small group created the foundation of a multiple 7-figure business. So think about it, 11 people. That's less than 1% of the total who showed the plan to individuals that are out there. So those 11 became the roots of his entire organization. They say in network marketing, guys, you're always just a few people away from freedom. With our company, one on the left and one on the right, guys. It's even easier. But most people, here's the deal. Write this down. Most people, guys, they never stand long enough to find those few people. Now, Bill Britt, he found 11. So what does that mean for you, guys? Think about this. What does that mean for you this Saturday, beautiful Saturday morning? We're in Northern California here. You're sitting on the hottest product in the world right now. The hottest company on the planet right now. That's Travorium. We're in a $10 trillion industry projected by Bloomberg to go to $15 trillion in just a few more years. We have 5-star resorts at below budget motel 2-star prices. We have wholesale travel 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Tens of millions of people have no clue we even exist yet. It's like Uber back in 2011, 2012. What did people say when Uber first came out? I know I said, I'm not getting in no stranger's car. And Todd already talked about you driving the car and got somebody behind you, but I said, I'm not getting in nobody's car. I'm not giving my credit card to some online company we don't know or nor understand. And that's the reaction. It wasn't self-evident at that point in time. How many of you have taken an Uber or a Lyft since that time, since 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20? Have you ever taken a Lyft? Anybody ever done it multiple times? Give me some hearts if you've done it multiple times. Imagine if you had understood that and been able to get stock in that company in the early days. Guys, that's exactly where we are with this company, a business that have literally already helped thousands of travelers, travel more, better, and for way less. Lots of people are earning serious money. We have proof every single day. With a few minutes from now, we're going to get and show you guys even more proof. But here's the key, guys. You have to show the plan consistently. Not in a day or not in a week, but over the next 12 to 24 to 36 months, guys, if you're serious and you understand what's happening here, some people, guess what they're going to say? They're going to say no. Some people are going to do what? They're going to ghost you. Some people are going to join and then they're going to quit. But your 11 people, they're out there. Now, Bill, he didn't get emotional when people said no. Maria and I don't get emotional now. Todd doesn't get emotional. Other leaders don't get emotional. He just got more focused. He didn't chase people. He didn't try to convince the wrong one. He just kept showing the plan. That's what you have to do if you want to be successful. If you adapted that mindset starting here today, What if I said, hey, I'm not looking for approval, guys, I'm looking for alignment. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm doing here. Your challenge, ladies and gentlemen, is to build an ever expanding list. So here's what you need to do, some of the action steps. You got to build that list. Don't write those first 20, 30 names and think that's it. You want to keep that list expanding it over time, sort daily, use the tools, use the Zooms. I don't know how many Zooms are going on every single day, but there's Zooms going on every single day in the country and the world. Send the videos out that you like the best. Just keep sharing the story. Just keep sorting. Track your numbers because you're going to develop a ratio. And over time, if you get better with the inviting, your ratio is going to get even better. They pay baseball players millions of dollars for getting 3 out of 10. Guys, millions for screwing up 7 different times, only getting 3. They're becoming millionaires. And the same thing will happen for you here. So don't guess. Know your numbers. And you can only know your numbers by putting in the right amount of time plus the right activities. Celebrate activity, not just sign up. If you're plugging people onto our Zoom at 12 o'clock today, Pacific time, 3 East Coast time, or any other Zooms out there, celebrate that. Hey, I'm planning on being there. I'm going to plug some people in there. You know, you want to celebrate the little things. Every time you show the plan, you're closer to those 11. I want you to understand that. Guys, I'm going to close with this. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years to break through the ground. You've heard the story before. Hopefully it resonates today. For 5 years, you water it, you feed it, and you see nothing. Then year number 6, in just a few weeks, it grows 90 feet. Why? Because the entire time it was absolutely growing roots. You're building roots right now. Every time you invite somebody, every time you show up to a training, every time you're on a Zoom, every no you hear, every challenge you run into, every follow-up that you have, you're building your roots. It's all strengthening your foundation. So here's the thing you have to do. Keep going. You don't need magic. You don't need everyone to say yes. You need to keep showing the plan because your 11, they're out there and they're praying that you don't quit before you find them. And Todd always talks about the ripple effects, and he can give you ripple effects of what's happened to us and others down the road and what's happened to him from Dave sharing it with him and how lives have changed because of the decision that he has made. So Todd, I just wanted to really kind of expand on that. I know we've talked about the Bill Britt story before. I wanted to kind of internalize it a little deeper today, and hopefully that impacts somebody to really take this business and take it to the next level because it's all about the numbers. Back over to you, buddy.
Yeah, I can't remember. Somebody recently said, it's a numbers business, but most people don't work the numbers, right? You kind of basically inferred that, right? It's a numbers game, but are you working the numbers? And the answer for most people is no. I love the rejection with grace, guys. Huge point. It's even in the Bible. The apostles were on the way to Jerusalem. They were being rejected by a town. John and James says, hey, do you want us to pray to heaven and rain down fire and destroy these people? And Jesus said, no. We just go on to the next village, guys. Even Jesus, next, right? We don't retaliate. We don't get mad. We just handle the rejection with grace. Hey, guys, I want to get this over to Ambassador Anita. We've only got her for a couple seconds. She's got another engagement she has to be at right now. And so she's a one-star ambassadora, has an incredible story, by the way, guys. She's from Ukraine, immigrated to the United States about 10 years ago, done a variety of jobs. I mean, everything from cleaning houses to being an actress. But, I mean, she's got a phenomenal story. And, Anita, I don't want to kind of steal your story. I want you to kind of share that with everybody. But, if you would, kind of how you learned about Travorium, because you've never done network marketing before, correct?
Yes. Hello, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to this wonderful meeting. Yes. And I'm very new in this industry, in this business. I never did before, but I connect like regular business, I have like this mindset to be independent, to be free, to have free time for family, to have time for vacation, for joyful things, And in America, I suffered for so many years to find something what I'd like to do, enjoy, and also have enough money to support myself, because I came by myself, all my family in Ukraine. And of course, I'd like to support my family in Ukraine. And I look for a different kind of job. I did so many. I changed one job to another. I looked for joy. I looked for opportunity to release my skills, my talents, and also to have flexible hours to work, and to have quite good opportunity to make more money every time. And unfortunately, I couldn't find any type of job that give me all these things. And I start to pray so strongly to God. And I start my 2023 with prayer and fast. I fast for 3 weeks, and my demand was, my cry, my only things was to God, God, give me things what I can do. Give me not kind of job, but things, like activity what I can enjoy and make money and help other people. And everything was good. In May, it was May, I didn't receive anything. And I said, God, I know you answer all the time. You are not quiet God. You all the time give what your children ask you to help. And you love me, I know for sure. And in the end of May, my like friend from church, she called me almost in the night, and she said, would you like to listen something about business? I said, yes. And I just joined. I signed up in the same evening, and my life started to change completely. I appreciate David Hart for this great company. I appreciate our leadership team, Todd and Maria and Darrell Roberts, because I came to first conference in Miami. I was only 1 month in the business. And I look at these people, and I said, wow, they're happy. They create life. They create happiness. They create opportunity for many people. I want to be also with these guys. I like it. I like this idea to travel and to make money from travel. I like idea to be independent. I like idea to be flexible. I like idea to work in any place in the world and share simple things, how to travel for less and how to travel for better. Yeah.
So, Anita, when you got started, obviously you also got that part where you heard about Igor's story. You heard that Igor was making 10 grand a month, and that was a big motivator for you. So kind of maybe touch on that, but also, what did you find to be the most difficult thing? I mean, because you're brand new in network marketing, never done it before. What did you find to be the most difficult thing in order for you to begin the process of building your business?
You know what? First of all, I just every day start to watch presentation. It was not a lot of presentation like right now, but every day I start to watch presentation, and every time I just fell in love more and more and more and more. And in one day, I realized I cannot do anything except Travorium. I just don't want to do anything except Travorium. I just find things what I like to do for 100%, and with all my energy, with all my time, with all my heart, with all my strength, with all my desire. I didn't want to focus or to have something else except Travorium. It was turning point, and I just said, okay, Anita, if you find something, just go deep and study. Yes, of course, first things what attract me, it's history, Igor history, because he is businessman, he father, he is family-oriented person, and he's Christian, and he makes 10,000 in very short period, and it's amazing. This is like magnet attract my attention. I said, okay, I want the same. I want the same. But from beginning, of course, I didn't know what to do. And, I think it's not important, experience or not experience. The most important is desire. When we see something it's already start to grow in our heart, in our spirit, in our insight, in our soul. And we just need to be focused and do a little bit more every day new steps. Yes, it's new and sometimes you're afraid, but when you like something, it's no bother now to just to go and to reach your goal. And I heard about ambassador level. I said, okay, I will be ambassador. I start to call myself and my lady who invited me in this business, we start to call each other ambassador from beginning. We call each other and she said, hello, Ambassador Anita. Yes, hello. Hello, Ambassador Nila. Hello. And it's like, seeds in our mind, we will be ambassadors. And also what I did, because I like so much idea to travel for less and travel better, I start to study. I start to go to our platforms and study. And guys, what happened to me? I lost my sleep. I lost my normally hours of sleep, because every time when I go to our platform world tour and getaway, I just couldn't believe the numbers, what I have to pay for these trips. I couldn't sleep. I said, wow, I have to call somebody. I have to share. It's amazing how it's possible. It's all awesome. This numbers 0 for 8 days, 7 nights. It's in our platform. I have it. Now it's available for me. Really, I just start to investigate everything. I just want to know everything what we have and share with people. I was very, very beginner, but I start to do schools and the different Zoom meetings and share my feelings about product. And people like it also, people start to join. And my numbers, very interesting. Even I like so much our company and I like so much product. My numbers not so good, like we just saw from Bill Brill. I become ambassador in 10 months. It's quite good time. Yeah, it's very short. Yeah, praise the Lord. And I believe God helped me. It's only by his power and by his glory and by his blessings. But my numbers, I will tell you now. I signed up only 13 people when I become ambassador, personally, my personal partners. But I have a book with 500 names what say me no. 500. And what it means, I never stop. I never decide to quit. From beginning, from beginning, very first month, I said no 3 times. I want to just cancel in the beginning. But when I start to work, when I start to find out about prices, about people, about quality of our idea, about our future, about many things, I never thought about to quit. Never. Never, never, never. And I believe it's a huge blessing for everybody who are joining us already. And give yourself patience, time for investigate, time to learn, time to grow, time to adjust this new profession. And I all the time say in university I have four master degree in different areas, in business, in management, in biology, and also social worker in America. I graduated last year. But you know what? If we compare like regular education, and I study in university for 5 years. My first education was 5 years, and I came to study 5 days per week for 8 hours each day. It means 40 hours per week at least. And 5 years I study, and I got a professional as a microbiologist. And when I start to work, it was very small money and a lot of work. And here, what we have education for 1-2 months of new job, of new profession, and we could become a professional or experts, travel experts or team builder experts, And it's much easier. It's much like simple. We don't need 5 years to adjust new profession, to learn new profession. This is pleasure and education, pleasure and education, pleasure and education, all the time together. It's such a blessing. Yeah, it's such a blessing.
That was pretty amazing what you just said there. You got 4 degrees, studying 40 hours a week for 5 years, a professor of microbiology, to go to work hard, and make no money. Then you came over here in a few months, learned how to travel for less, and now you're living the dream, right? I'm like, which direction I want to go, right? But I mean, unbelievable, guys. Also, I love what you talked about. The number one thing is desire. It's not about the experience. You guys can hear Anita's focus, her intent, her energy, her vision, her passion, her determination. And again, everybody's human. She had a lot of rejection. Did you say you had 500 people tell you no?
500?
500. Can you believe? Yes. But when I become ambassador, some of these people who say me no, they now in my team. Yes. And I believe more will be soon because, everybody likes to see success. And people watch us. People all the time investigate how we are faithful to the things what we decide to do. And if we are focused, if we continue to do what we choose, I believe everybody soon or later will be with us, will be in our team, will be traveling or creating business with us. Yes.
Todd, real quick, guys. It's not going to be the future. Is not going to be the Bill Britt story. It's going to be the Anita Pruitt story.
Yeah, 500 for 13 yeses.
and she kept on going. And guys, again, it was just so apropos to kind of tell that Bill Britt story again. And then she comes on and just verifies everything we just talked about there in that little 10-minute training that I did. That's what happens. But you got to also get the other part of who she is. Guys, she was obsessed. That's Maria and I sometimes can't sleep because we're looking at the deals. Maria and I do, like a lot of other leaders, thousands of presentations, and we're always at a level 10 every single time. Why? Because we've got the Anita effect. We're pumped up. We're excited. Can you believe you can go to Dubai for $7? Guys, that pumps us up. And then she started out with faith, guys. So those of you that are faith, you got to understand this. Faith without works are dead. So she had faith. She asked God, I need your help. Let's do this. Put me in the right position. And then guess what she did? She went to work. Did you guys hear? 30 days after she enrolled, where was she? She was at the next big corporate event. She didn't think about it. She didn't come up with excuses. She showed up. She saw Igor and the other leaders and how happy our energy and excitement was. She said, I want to get me some of that. So guys, that's the attitude. You just can't say put in the time. You got to have energy. You got to be obsessed about this. You got to want to change your life. And but Jim tells us every time when I listen to his stories and over the years, guys, the next 12 months, the next 24 months does not have to be the same as the last 24 months. Any time you make a decision, she made a decision, draw a line in the sand, you're not a tree. You can now study and learn something different. I was listening to Eric Worre, Todd, last week, and he was talking about his mentor teaching him that if he changed 0.03% every day, guys, that's 0.3%, so tiny. He said it's even a smile. It's one extra phone call that in 12 months from now, you'll be 100% better than you are right now.
Twice as good.
Yeah, it's just amazing the value. But Anita, I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. And your story today is, I know, is going to resonate with tens of thousands of people as they watch this over and over the next week, the next month or so. So thank you for sharing. I'm blown away by your amazing story.
Yeah. Thank you. And I want to add, I don't want to miss any of our corporate events. this is for me like huge celebration. It's bigger than wedding day. It's bigger than any anniversary, bidding with anything. I just looking forward to go again and to invite my team, to bring my team to see how wonderful company we have, how wonderful leaders we have, how wonderful vision we have, and how we call each other a family. You know, it's also today in our days, it's big treasure to find a family, to people who are in the same value, the same quality, the same vision. It's amazing. This is huge side blessing what I never saw before, but now every time when I go, I have family everywhere. I have so many invitation now. Come visit us, come visit us, come visit us. Oh my God, before I never thought I can stay in every state now. Now I'm welcome to every time, you know.
Wow.
And it's great, it's great. And I believe, you know, everybody who will focus will reach any position. It's everything possible. It's only in our head. If we say, yes, I will be ambassador, you will be ambassador. It's only how much time and energy you invest in this project. And if you say you'd like to be executive chairwoman or chairman, I believe it's possible. It's just about how much work you will do, how much you talk to people, and who will be in your team. You can be very quickly, like we have Alex ambassador, a lady who signed up him, what's her name? Rita. She had only one person, personal signed person one, but in her team it's over thousand people. It's amazing. We don't know who we will sign next, what this person could be. Could be next ambassador, next executive chairman or chairwoman. We just need to keep going and trust God will bless us. If we choose this way, God bring us together here, and we will be successful anyway. And we are not because of us. We are here because of many people around us, because we have this already treasure in our hands we can share. We can be answer for many people who still suffered today, still doing not lovely job, still don't have enough money to cover their expense, or they don't have time and money to go to vacation. And we have this answer. We can help many people. Just we need to be open and friendly and sharing with people who are around us. Thank you.
Wow.
Wow, guys, give her some love, some hearts.
Really.
I mean, she could go for an hour, 2 hours. She's a powerful, ambassador, a trainer, a guy. She's obviously multilingual. I mean, English is not her native language, and yet she's on here pouring into all of you. And I mean, guys, I hope you're taking notes like I'm taking notes. Even going back to one of the first things she said, long before she was an ambassador, they were calling themselves ambassadors, right?
Yeah.
There's life and death in the power of the tongue. Let the weak say they are strong. You know, if you declare things right, they will be established, says the Bible. And so sometimes you have to declare that what you want before it will be. You got to go there in the mind before you're going to go there in the body. And so you just start acting like you're an ambassador, talking like you're an ambassador, or like she did. They were like, hey, how you doing, Ambassador Paul? How you doing, Ambassador Lee? I was doing that with Sophia Babanoff right on the Zoom. I go, guys, she's a 4-star, but man, every time I talk to her, Ambassador Sophia, how you doing? Because it's going to happen. And not if, not maybe, it's going to happen. And so when you start believing that, that's what you're going to manifest. But I know that you have to go, Anita. If there's any other comments or anything else you want to share, by all means. But I know that we've already taken some of your time away from your team. You have another meeting. We'll give you the last word.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. You know what? Everybody of us, we go through different season. And my way and my experience, it's not all the time we go to the top. You know, sometimes we reach the flat level. And I was in this situation also for 3 months. I did so much work. I worked sometimes 8 hours per day, sometimes 10 hours per day. I did everything. And I came to point, I stay in the same place. I don't move. I don't have any progress. And I decided to ask my leader, what is wrong with me, what I did wrong, what I have to change. And I came to him and I said, you know what, I need your advice because I don't have experience. I do everything what you teach. I call people. I all the time watch the presentation. I study. I do also some schools. I teach people and I call certain people every day, but I just stuck. I don't know what happened to me. What is wrong with me? And he said, you know what? You did everything right. Just keep going. And if you are in the same place now, you stuck, you don't have result what you think supposed to be in your life, what you want to move quickly, fast, it didn't happen yet. Don't worry. Keep going. Everything will be good. You will reach your place. You will reach your goal. You will be in position what you deserve. Just keep going. And if you need help, don't stay by yourself. Call your leader. Go to corporate meetings. Go to people who are in strong position right now. Ask advice, ask help, be honest with yourself and with other people. Don't pretend everything is good or you are just perfect. None of us perfect. None of us go straight to the top. All of us, we have sometimes going back, and sometimes flat place. But the most important, it's keep going. And I hope to see all of you in Las Vegas in our wonderful event. I'm already excited. I'm so excited to go there, to see everybody who I know and to meet new friends. And if you will see me, just come to me, hug me, and tell me your name. Yes, and make a picture with me also. And I know you are next ambassador, you are next executive chairwoman or chairman. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yes. Keep going.
Guys, if you come to Las Vegas, Nevada, you're going to get to hear Anita, Ambassador Anita speak, not just for a few minutes like today, but you're going to get like an entire 45-minute training from her. And so, guys, you need to be there. I love what she said. Being at the events is more important than your wedding day. It's more important than all the other kind of things that people come up with. By the way, guys, the day of the conference is my granddaughter's first birthday. So it's literally her birthday that day. She will be 1 year old. And the moment the date came out, my wife called our daughter and said, look, we have a conference. We have to be at it. You better not have that birthday party. You better move it back 1 week. So we're leaving the conference and going, and we're bringing the whole family. And we're doing the birthday party 1 week later. Why? Because we have to be at the event. I was talking to Curtis Cross last night. His nephew just got recruited into the NFL, got drafted. Imagine I got something going on. I really can't be there on draft night. What? I mean, guys, could you imagine any NFL player saying, sorry, I can't be there on draft night. I got something else going on. I got a family reunion. I got a barbecue. I got somebody in town. I got an Xbox conference. I mean, guys, no, they wouldn't draft you if you had that mentality. They will be there on draft night. There's nothing more important. And guys, those guys going to the NFL will only make a fraction of what you will make if you'll take what Anita just shared with you and apply it over the course of the next 10, 20, 30, whatever longer your career is going to be with Travorium. You'll make more money than those guys getting drafted into the NFL. Usually they're there 3 years. They make some money, but they're only there 3 years. So, guys, this is more important. So, Anita, so many incredible nuggets. But, guys, here's the good news. We recorded this.
Yeah.
It's recorded on Facebook. We recorded it on the regular recording as well. Anita will get you a copy of it. We need to get this up in Travorium University.
Yeah.
People need to hear it. You are so powerful. And again, thank you for sharing your time with us today.
Yeah, Todd, I love the fact she shared the good, the bad, and the ugly, guys. It wasn't just that rise to the top. She was ready to quit. How many of you been ready to quit before because two people said boo or didn't want to do the business. So that is part and parcel of the way we succeed. You have to have negatives. You have to have failures. So I love the fact she didn't sugarcoat that. I had to call my leadership. So guys, if you're not in communication with your leadership, you need to be in communication. That helped save her by calling and having access to successful people. And again, that's what this takes. Well, my recommendation would be is to get her segment, go on Facebook, wherever you're going to get it, fast forward to when we introduced her and listen to this again and again and again, and then get your team to do it. She gave you the formula for success. She told you that she went to school 5 years, didn't make any money. She comes here, and yes, in 10 months, I think that is hyper speed, no question about it. But she had all the ups and downs, the obstacles, could have quit. But because she was obsessed, she
500 no's.
yeah, 500 no's. She saw the vision of this company. She was excited about the vision. And if those 500 people said no, it didn't take her away from moving forward. And that's what I hope you've learned today from her story. But watch it over and over again. Anita, thank you so much for sharing. Can't wait to see you at the conference. And yeah, I'd love to get a picture with you, Marie and I with you as well. So looking forward to that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for inviting me today.
Thank you, Ambassador Anita. Guys, give her some hearts. Give her some love. Again, she took time away from her own team to be here with all of you guys today and to pour into you. And, you know, obviously she talked about keep doing the right things, even when the wrong things are happening. Daryl, we talked about the valley of latent potential, right? I got stuck. You know, what am I doing wrong? Can't figure it out. And guys, sometimes you just got to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, and then you'll get your breakthrough. You know, we had Maite on here about a month ago, and she was here 2.5 years, had 7 people on her team. 2.5 years later, she's making 20 grand a month. I mean, you know, consistent activity doesn't always produce consistent results, but it always produces success if you keep going over time. So again, Anita, I know you got to go. We don't want to keep you any longer. Thank you so very much. Hey guys, we also today have a brand new 3-star director, Lee Deem, and brand new 2-star director, Paul McLennan. Now, what's awesome about these guys is, number one, I've known these guys since the 1990s. They've known Dave Hart, our owner, since the 1990s. They've known Daryl Roberts since the 1990s. We've all known each other for a very long time. Now, Lee sponsored Paul. Why? Because I wasn't smart enough to call Paul. Now, anyway, Lee sponsored Paul. Now, what's great is that they both rank advanced on the exact same day. I mean, what are the odds that you guys will both get a promotion, a big promotion? 2-star director Paul, you got to check with the commented. You know, Lee, obviously a 3-star director. So, guys, we want to get some of your thoughts. But obviously, as we kind of transition, what'd you think about Anita?
Well, wait, I got to say something about our friend Lee Diem, guys. He is Todd Strand 2.0. So if you want to have some entertainment, buckle up right now, because this guy is as funny as Todd is, and he's hilarious. And some of the stories I hear him tell about them guys, it is unbelievable. Hey, Paul. Hi, Lee.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Todd Lee.
What did you guys think of Anita?
She's awesome. Very motivational for sure. And her background, her education, and her persistence. And like she said, burning desire. That's number one. That's where it all starts. If somebody doesn't have desire and they're not fired up, they come across as dead or just limp. And that's not a way to build a business or succeed in life for sure.
You're absolutely right.
Lee, what were some of your takeaways?
Oh my gosh, there was just so many where, you know, I could have just sat there and listened to her for another hour. I don't know why Paul and I are even talking. She was, she was just amazing. So, the drive and determination, you know, so many people tend to give up before they've seen what they can become. And a lot of people do that in life, you know, and they submit themselves to being mediocre. And it's really sad that people will listen to somebody that will not help them rise up, but they'll listen to people that will drag them down and keep them where they are. It's just mind-boggling. How many times I've talked to, and I know Daryl, you and Todd go through this all the time. Of you talk to somebody, they're excited, they can't wait, and then that day, the next day, they talk to a dream stealer and give them absolutely nothing but despair.
Yeah.
One of the things I just saw a video that I did when somebody on my team sent it to me. I didn't even know it was being done, but I was watching it this morning. It was about 45 minutes. I did a team call and I went, holy cow, this guy's pretty good. And so one of the things I talked about was the fact that, you just have to keep going. You cannot give up. You cannot give in. And I'm sort of giving sort of an insight to my ambassador speech at the convention. July's a little tough, but Orlando's going to look good. Okay. So I want you guys to think about this. For those of you who are there sitting in front of a desk or something, go ahead and grab a pen and paper real quick, because I'm going to give you something to think about. Okay. There's this thing,
guys. You should already have a pen and paper, right?
Exactly.
You should already have one. But okay, go ahead, Lee. Sorry.
There's this phrase called delayed gratification, and in our industry, you have to go through a lot to get the gratification, but not in our company, not in our business model, because we have something that people absolutely love. So we're not like any other company. We do things differently. Dave Hart has put you in a position to win. I always talk about the fact that there's sort of it's the Bermuda Triangle. There's 3 points to your success. Okay. Number one, travel. It's not going away. It's here to stay. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. The second point is Travorium. It's not going away. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. You're just along for the ride. But guys, make the ride worthwhile. In the Bermuda Triangle, you're the missing piece. Todd, you say it all the time. We don't know whether you're going to make this thing work. We don't know whether you're not, but we're giving you the opportunity. What you do with it is up to you. But I want you to think about this. Think about how old you are. And I'm going to be sort of a bad person to say you don't live past the age of 75. Okay. But take your date, how old you are right now, and how long is it going to take you to get to 75? See, our model, we always talk about the fact that in our industry, in our company, it's a 2 to 5 year plan. Now, some people make it in 10 months. Some people make it in 2 months. I don't know how she did it, but God bless her. She had something going on. But don't compare yourself with other people in the company. Compare yourself with yourself. But think about that time frame. I'm looking at something that I just drew up, okay? Let's say that you started when you were 40. You're 40 today. 5 years from now, you're 45. That's easy math for me. But if you only live to 75, guys, that's 30 years of not working. That's 30 years of paid vacations. That's 30 years of your life being different. You die at 75. It doesn't go away. It repeats itself again because you have the ability. It's already been done. Todd talks about it all the time. Daryl talks about it all the time. Deborah Taylor and Guy Taylor, they made that happen. Their granddaughters are going to be millionaires by the time they're able to create some of that money. And when they're gone, it creates itself again because they get to pass that legacy on to their children. Guys, this is a perpetuating cycle of income for you and your family. I'll bet there's nobody on this call right now that can remember what their great-great-grandfather did. But if you were getting $100,000, $200,000 a year from them, you would know exactly what they were doing. You would know how they did it. You'd have a picture of them on your mantle. So this is all about you taking a chance on yourself, but having a vehicle to give you the success to do it. That's what our company is about. Dave calls it a legacy company, and I truly believe that. It's already in place. The leadership is there. The next phase of leadership is already in place. And the leadership behind them is already in place. Guys, this is going to go on for a long time, with you or without you. Our job is to find people that want to go along for the ride, that want to go on 3, 4, 5. Todd, I don't know how many vacations you and Daryl go on a year, but I get sick hearing about it. You guys are always gone. Todd pulls up at the airport and everybody that works there knows him because he's there all the time. And Daryl, now you guys are going to the same airport because Todd moved to Las Vegas. I'm trying to get Ann to move, okay? So we'll see what we can do. But, you know, I just like the idea of being with a company and having the opportunity to change people's lives, you know. And Paul, I know your life is going to be unbelievable. You've already had an incredible life, but I'm so glad that you said yes when I called you and talked to you. As Todd knows, he's heard me say it, I'm more excited for you than I am for me. That's just who I am. I've always been that way. So, Paul, why don't you throw some stuff on the fire too, buddy?
Well, and for me, it was the timing. Because, again, I've known Todd and Dave a long time, about 25 years or more. Yeah. And I've known you, Lee, for about 20. And you had reached out to me multiple times. And that time there was just something. It was the timing more than anything. And one thing I learned early, my background is sales and sales training. One thing I learned early in my sales career, early 20s, I had a business person that I was calling on to get him as a client. And I kept following up with him. I was thinking I was bugging him. One time he picked up the phone. He said, "Hey, I want to thank you for your persistence." He said, "What you have, the product you have is what I need. I've just been busy." Now, we're all busy. I hate that 4-letter word probably more than just about any 4-letter word because everybody uses that word as an excuse. They have things going on. All of us have things that happen. I've known Todd so long that, you know, we've lived life and, you know, we've had people pass on. Tragedies, different things have happened. And that happens to almost all of us. If you live long enough, you're going to have stuff come up. Stuff can get in the way if you let it. It's all about choices. It's all about options. I've got, you know, probably a few people on my team on this call right now. Some people choose not to be on it. And it's kind of like, I think Daryl was saying it, is we get to choose what we're doing with our time. And that it's critical that we make the right choices. And Daryl was talking, I think it was Todd talking about the NFL. One of you two was talking about the NFL. And things like that. We all have things that are important. And we all have things, we get to decide what our priorities are too. And none of us manage time. We can manage our activities and what we do with our time. But this call's like number one of the top 3 on my list. This call every week. I'm on here every week. If I'm driving, if I don't have internet service, which I didn't last week because I was out in the mountains, I guess maybe I had an excuse that would work. But if I'm driving and I have internet service, I'm on the call on my phone. I've got my Bluetooth in if I can't watch it because I'm driving. A lot of people don't look at this seriously enough, and they don't understand what Dave's put together here. Like Lee said, what Dave has put together and really Todd and Daryl have helped build this company. If people on this call knew what Daryl and Dave and Todd and Lee and I know with all my heart, this company is going to be around a long time, and it's generational wealth that we're creating. I have 6 grandkids and a 7th on the way. This is generational income. And it's like Lee said, what I'm going to get to do for them, they're never going to forget who I was, ever. And that's just something we could do for our families if we choose to. Now, I maybe got a little bit slow start. I've been busy with other things, but I love where we're going. And when I have several multimillionaires that have our membership. Okay, I met them They like to travel. I sat down with them, showed them. They didn't really have any doubts, any questions. They're like, you guys been around how long? And I shared a little bit more about the company. And you're saying it's not a timeshare? No, it's not a timeshare. It's month to month. It's month to month. I have a guy right now, multimillionaire, mid-30s. This guy owns a $50,000 timeshare. His maintenance, it's paid off. His maintenance fees alone are $3,000 a year. They're double our top membership. They're double our top membership for every month. He's had our membership for about a year and a half. He called me. He mainly used the membership for car rentals, for hotels, just on our main platform. He texted me about 3 weeks ago. He said, Paul, hey, can we talk? He says, I don't even remember how to find my points. He says, I don't even remember which platform I could use the points on. So I said, let's set up a Zoom. I log him in. He's telling me about the timeshare. He said, I ran out of points on my timeshare. I need to figure out how to use my points here because the year's not even half over and I don't have any more points on my timeshare. So we log in. I show him. I said, Wesley, look at the top of your screen. Do you see how many points you have? Wow, I got over 5,000 points. I said, yes, you do. And I scrolled through. I showed him the world tours. I've shown him the world tours. He says, the Maldives? Because this guy's busy. We hardly ever talk. So I'm showing him this. And he says, the Maldives. He said, my business partner, who's Brett, who I've met, he says, my business partner's been bugging us to go to the Maldives. My wife and I, it didn't mute, did it?
No, you're good.
Okay, because I see Siri popping up.
One sec. I didn't get that. Could you try again?
There she goes.
Like the Maldives.
Yeah, Maldives. So he says, my business partner has been bugging me and my wife to go with he and his wife to the Maldives. He says, I'm too cheap to spend $8,000 to $10,000 on this. This is a multimillionaire. He saw a price of $2,800. I said, what do you think of that? He goes, we're going to the Maldives. He can pay 10 grand. He's going the dates we're going, but he can pay 8 or 10 grand. And then he said, and I said, Wesley, that's one of the most expensive with the points. But I said, you got so many points, you can do that trip and another one. And he's been to Suns games. I mean, this guy, he saves $600 to $800 a month on rental cars through us. That was the main reason I met with him. Somebody knew him, knew me, said, Wesley, you've been complaining about the price on rental cars. You need to talk to Paul. Who's Paul? And then we met. I talked to him. He had me come out to the house. I showed him how this worked. He had 3 rental car reservations already. I mean, done. We ran all 3. We were $200 less on all 3 of them. He said, sign me up. I mean, it was the rental car that did it. And so he's getting his points for free. I mean, he's saving $600 to $800 a month on hotels and rental cars just at our wholesale price. But I deal with a lot of business people. It's my background, having worked for Dale Carnegie and working with small business owners and entrepreneurs. And when I really saw this, I thought, I'm a salesman. Can I sell this? Is the membership standalone? Yeah. Is it good enough without even the business side of it? And I was like, man, I can sell this thing. Now, to be a big networker, you got to get duplication, and most people don't have the background I do for sales. So it's getting people to watch the video, get on the Zoom. Don't try to explain it yourself. And that slowed me down a little bit because, you know, I love meeting with people. I love talking with people. And it's just exciting when I had another multimillionaire. This guy owns 6 body shops. Lee owned 1. I have another friend that owned 1 body shop, became a multimillionaire, 1 body shop. This other guy owns 6 and a restoration company. He heard my little 30-second commercial on travel. He came up to me and said, hey, Paul, we got to talk, but I can't talk for 5 weeks. I'm going on an African safari. Then I'm going to Europe. Then I'm going to Maine. And he texted me from Maine. I just met the guy for a minute. We had a conversation for a couple minutes. He texts me from Maine a photo of he and his wife. He said, we're going to be back next week. Can we meet next week? I said, do you want to wait till next week to set the appointment, or would you like to set the appointment now for next week? He said, let's set the appointment now for next week. So he says, can you come to the house? So I go to his house, show him this. He's like, what do you need? I said, a credit card. He said, and signed him up on the spot. And I have lots of stories like that. You know,
classic.
You know, to me, it's exciting because, and one of my favorite stories is the pool boy, my pool boy. He heard about this. He said, Paul, he's 23 years old. He says, can you explain this thing to me? I said, sure, Caden. And I'm thinking he'll refer his parents, aunts or uncle, some of his clients. I show him. He says, I'll take the middle membership. I'm saying, Caden, what's going on? He says, I'm getting engaged. He said, this is going to save me a ton on the honeymoon. He said, my fiance and I've already talked about doing a really nice vacation every year. We don't want to be the couple or the family that takes a nice vacation once every 3 to 5 years. We want to do a nice one every year. He said, this makes it affordable. He said, I got friends that spend more at Starbucks than your membership. Yeah. And I get people all the time saying that when they see that in the value, the value's got to be built there. They got to see the value. And when they see this thing, they're like, man, I thought this was going to be $5,000, $10,000, $20,000. I'm like, nope. And it's month to month. No contract. Dave believes this thing's so good, you don't have to have a contract if it's that good. And I get excited about it. I get fired up because I see what we're doing for people. I've got people, we're saving thousands of dollars on travel. And people ask me, so have you traveled? I have. I've been to Korea, Japan, the Philippines. I've been to Guatemala, Mexico. I haven't been to Europe yet. My job right now, I'm helping other people save on travel, and we're going to be traveling even more. I mean, eventually like you guys, but I want to get to like a 1-star ambassador and then get my wife out of her job. Then we'll have more time. She only gets so much PTO. She's not in Europe. She doesn't get 5 or 6 weeks of PTO. She only gets 2 or 3 weeks. So, and I've talked to a lot of people in Europe. They get 5, 6 weeks of paid time off. And Europe's so compact, they don't need help getting around. They need help with the accommodations. And that's where we save people a ton of money, is the hotels, the resorts, the all-inclusive. And I could go on and on because I have a lot of real-life stories of people saving thousands of dollars. I mean, thousands.
Hey, Paul, by the way, while you're at it, tell people about your uniform you're wearing.
Oh, my uniform. Yes, I meet with a lot of people through Zoom because I've met with people in South Africa, Germany. I actually speak Spanish, so I've actually visited a couple networking groups in Peru and in Spain. But my uniform, I mean, I'll go out to a networking event. I had this happen. This is a real story. I was at an event. It was over. I'm leaving. It's like 9 o'clock. We're done. We're leaving. This couple says to me, they said, hey, you must be the travel guy. I go, yeah, what gave it away? Oh, your travel shirt. And they said to me, well, we heard about you. Because it's branding. For me, it's branding. It's the Hawaiian shirts. It's the backdrop that you see. It's branding. People know who I am here. So at this event, they said, can you call us? This was October. They said, can you call us October 15th? We need to talk to you. We heard this. You save people lots of money. And so I did. And I'm doing Zoom. I'm just showing the wife. The wife stops me about 5 slides in. She says, Paul, can you hang on a second? I got to get Craig. He's here. He works from home. She drags her husband over. I show him. They see the pricing on our top membership. Craig, the husband, says, we spend more than that on lunch and dinner multiple times per month. I said, hey, I love hearing that because there's no price objection on that. Exactly. Well, we're saving them. He does merchant card services. He has clients in other states. He has to go visit a lot of those clients. So he needs a hotel for 1 or 2 nights, a rental car. And then they just got back from the British Virgin Islands. They didn't do this through us. They already had this book. 4 other couples. It was a catamaran. I mean, it was $39,000 total for a week on this catamaran in the British Virgin Islands. So, I mean, people are spending, and these are people, loaded people. You guys, has everybody heard of Meineke Auto Repair?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy here locally in Mesa, he heard my 30-second commercial like a couple of the other people I told you about. He said, and this guy's 6'5", about 300 pounds. He looks like a lineman in the NFL. Huge guy. He's coming at me. I'm like, what did I do? He's like, travel. I want to talk to you about travel. And I told him what I did. He already knew a couple other people. We set up a Zoom. I showed him. He said, I want the top membership. A couple months later, he sends me a photo from Hawaii. He said, Paul, I got 6 days, 5 nights in Hawaii for $383. He said, I usually spend more than that, like $400 or $500 a night in Hawaii. He said, I got 6 days and 5 nights for what I normally spend for 1 night. And then a few weeks later, he went to Vegas, took his son, 21, went to Vegas. He said, Paul, you saved me enough for my son and I to go shoot machine guns. I mean, all ecstatic. I mean, the stories that we're doing for people. And dude, I get fired up because these are real people. And what I've been able to do for them, and it's my short story. I got to stay in a hotel once as a kid. My dad left when I was 10, abandoned the family. My mom got remarried. And this is the short version. In 1980, I was 13 years old. I had a paper out delivering the Detroit News. They came out with a contest, and it was an all expense paid trip to Disney World. I had two brothers that were 12 that they had newspaper routes too. I said to them, I said to the sales manager, can we, if one of these guys doesn't sell enough, can we combine the points so we can all go? And they're like, yeah. So I went nuts. We all three went. We got to Disney World. They took us on a bus from the hotel to Disney World. They said, hey, you three are brothers, right? Yeah. You guys are good kids, Boy Scouts? Yeah. You're going to stick together. Yeah. Here's cash. Be back at 7. We'll take you back to the hotel. This went on for a week. That's the only time I stayed in a real nice hotel until I was an adult. I had 6 younger brothers. My family couldn't afford that. So we left mom and dad at home and our 4 other siblings, and the 3 of us went to Disney World. And that's what I get to do for people. I get to help them go whatever their Disney World is. It doesn't matter if it's Disney World or if it's Rome or it's Greece or whatever it is. So I get fired up about it because we're changing people's lives for the travel, and we can I got 2 guys in their 70s right now. I'm helping them get to a couple $1,000s a month. They've been fairly successful, but things are getting more expensive. And
Paul, you mentioned the 30-second commercial a couple of times. Raylene goes, what's this 30-second commercial? You keep bringing it up. I do my 30-second commercial and all these great things happen. People go, man, what's the 30-second commercial?
And it's not, I'm going to pull it up here because I adapt it, but this is the most recent one I've been using. And again, I go to a lot of networking events, and it doesn't work for everybody, but when I'm presenting that 30 seconds to 20 or 30 people, if I can just get 1 or 2 people out of the group that'll have a conversation with me, and I'll meet with people that hate travel, don't like travel, whatever. But I know they know 2 or 3 people that like to travel, and they're not going to be able to refer those people unless they understand what I do, even if it's not for them. And I'll just say, hey, good morning. I'm the travel guy with Travorium Travel, a family-owned, 12-year-old, debt-free company. And what if there was a way to save you $100 to $300 per night on hotels, resorts, all-inclusives, $200 to $1,000 per person on a cruise, $100 to $500 per week on a rental car consistently? Would you want to know more about it? And then I say, I help individuals, couples, and families travel and vacation more, better, for less, which includes personal and business travel. A great referral for me is someone who already travels. They book their own travel. They know how to book their own travel. They don't call a travel agent. They're doing it themselves. That's a great referral for me. Depending on how much they travel, I can help save them thousands of dollars. I'm Paul, the travel guy, making travel and vacations affordable for all. And that's the commercial.
Wow. I got it. Recorded it.
And I tell people, hey, customize it for your own use. Do it the way that's comfortable for you. And I change it up. But it gets people's interest. They're like, they just heard enough, but not too much. They heard enough that, okay, how does this work? Well, I'm not going to explain it now. Let's sit down and let me show you. Either I send them a video, set an appointment to explain it, get them on a Zoom, figure out what's the best for them.
Yeah, and again, guys, he does that at networking events when they say, hey, what do you do? He stands up. That's his 30-second commercial at a networking event. He always wears that Hawaiian shirt. You know, that's his uniform.
Well, I've got 20 of them, so it's not the same one every time.
You guys can see Lee in his Hawaiian shirt.
Hey, Lee, I guess Paul put a little bit of wood on the fire, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I get talking about travel, I get excited. I mean, the money's good too, but I really did. I got involved with this, and I know a lot of people did initially for the travel, but then they see the money. And I've got a lot of people, they sign up just to get their membership free. I've had several people do that. Mm-hmm. Hey, why pay for it? I know 3 or 4 or 5 other people that travel. And I told the guy, even at Meineke, I said, Mike, you haven't referred me anybody. I said, I can save you $1,620 a year. I said, let's wipe out that $135 a year. Just refer a few people to me. So he's coming around. He's like naming a few people. Now he's just got to refer them. But, you know, some people are making lots of money. They're not here for the money. And if I'd have pushed them on the money, on those, again, it's figuring out. Somebody tells me, hey, I'd love to travel, but I can't afford to. What if there was a way you could afford to? Would you want to know about it?
Yeah.
Well, that is so amazing. And Marie and I did a presentation with Dwayne Davis, DVD in Oakland on Thursday night. And we were doing the presentation and we got to the Maldives. And they had been to the Maldives, spent $16,000. And then when they saw the same place for under $300, under $3,000, it was literally game over.
Yeah. Tell me when it's 300, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'll pay your way, Daryl.
Now wait a minute. 16,000 to under 3,000. Come on, Lee.
That's awesome.
A guy.
Way to go, Dave.
Another quick scenario is we got a guy that just recently signed up in the Bay Area. One of my guys, partners of mine, long time ago, signed up a guy from the San Francisco Bay Area as well. So he's in our business for about a week or 2 or 3. He's on Facebook and he sees his cousin just get back from Dubai for $1. She didn't call him. She did not call him. Now he's in the business, has a potential, Brandon, to go ambassador in this company. Matter of fact, I will just claim it. He will be an ambassador, he and his wife, Felicia. But guys, don't let that happen to you. You miss some people on your list. Go back, share the story about who we are, what we do, and how we can benefit folks out there. We have a company that offers wholesale travel 24/7. We offer 4- and 5-star resorts at below budget 2-star prices. You've got to see this. Hop on a Zoom, take a look at the video. It's not complicated if you do it the correct way. And Paul, you shared some great things. Maria, you just said something? And consistently. Thank you. That's the other important thing. But you guys are amazing. And the energy you guys have brought today, guys, I'm going to be watching this. I know there's a lot of people watching it and on the recording, but I'm going to make it my task and Maria's to get this out. You guys were brilliant.
Thanks. We're going to take this show to Las Vegas next month. I was going to be on the lobby doing 30-second commercials.
Hey, I'm going to be there with them doing them too. Not complicated, guys.
Yeah, guys, we didn't go into it. I was talking to Paul just yesterday, and Paul, you made that comment about how too many people had that short-term vision, too much of a microwave society. They don't realize that, hey, it just takes a little time. But, I mean, that's why Lee and Paul and Anita and all these other people, guys, you got to keep doing the right things when the wrong things are happening. You got to realize, like, it's the bamboo story that Daryl shared today. I mean, you got to plant the tree, you got to water it, fertilize it, nurture it, and it's going to be 5 years sometimes. I mean, for Anita, it was 10 months. Everyone's got a different timeline. But for a lot of people, it might be like Dr. Phyllis Terry. Took her 5 years. Ambassador Deborah Taylor, 4 years. Cynthia Sly was over 2 years before she even got started. Danny was over 1 year before he ever got started. It took us 3 years to even get Daryl and Maria to be at the right place in their life where they were open. And then their number one guy took a year. So when you look at the big part of the Daryl Maria leg, it was 4 years even before they got started. And a lot of you are out in 4 days or 40 days. I mean, some of your breakthrough is coming. The only question is, will you be here when it happens? And it goes back to when you understand that it doesn't happen overnight. I got to plant the bamboo tree. I got to keep watering and fertilizing and then have the faith that, guys, the roots are growing below ground. I don't see anything happen above ground. That's the valley of latent potential. But if I keep doing the right things, even the wrong things are happening, that breakthrough is coming. But that's the part of our business where it requires some faith. You have to have the faith that, man, if I just keep planting and planting and planting and planting, doing the right things, the law, the universal law, you cannot continuously sow without eventually reaping. Knowing that, man, my time is coming, my breakthrough is coming, my people are coming, just keep going. You might get a little discouraged, as Anita said. You may have to call your upline. You might have to call Ambassador Deborah Taylor, Cynthia Sly, or Sarah and Jeremy Pease. You might have to get on Daryl Maria. You might have to get a hold of, whoever your mentor is and get a little encouragement, get a little, be at the events, right? How important it is to be at the event, because there you're going to get nourished. You're going to hear all those different kinds of stories, right? But guys, again, it's all a matter of just if you keep going, you will get your breakthrough. You will find your success. I will remind you one last time, Dave Hart, our CEO and founder, was in the business in his first 3 years. He signed up 0 people, nobody, okay? 3 years, didn't have one single recruit. And yet today he's the CEO of one of the fastest growing network marketing companies on the entire planet. How do you go from I can't get anybody to that? Because he just kept going. He kept reading 10 pages of a good book every day, 15 minutes of positive audio. He kept talking to new people. He got better as he went. He got better over time. He plugged into all of the events, and that has all led to where he is today. If you take out any one of those pieces, and he's just working a job like everybody else, guys, every one of you can make your dream life come true. You found the right place, right time. Daryl, I know you got an event happening in exactly 90 minutes. Tell us about it.
Yeah, guys, we're going to be doing an event with Paul. Paul's going to be coming out today and doing his testimonial, because this is Saturday Night Live, but it's Saturday Day Live. Maria and I know there's lots of other events going. Get together with your leaders and find out what the events they're doing. But if you don't have one going at 12 noon today, 2 p.m. Central Time, that's 3 o'clock East Coast time, Maria and I are going to do our side-by-side price comparisons, wholesale prices versus retail prices, and we're going to break the comp plan down as well. Come on in, and Paul, I will call you guys for testimonials if you're available today. We normally do it at 6 o'clock, but because our sister-in-law, my sister-in-law, Maria's sister, is getting married this evening, we won't be able to do it in the evening. So we decided, well, we're not just going to take the day off. We're not going to do that. We're going to just do it earlier. And it would have been so easy, and we could have come up with an excuse not to be there because we're out in the Bay Area for a wedding today, and we could have easily just taken it up. But no, that's not how we work, guys. This is the reason why we do what we do, and the reason we want to help some of you reach your potential as well. Not only this, guys, but next week we're going to be coming right back to the Bay Area. And guys, you're going to hear from Dwayne Davis, Gary Thompson, Anthony Mitchell, and so many other people. Maria and I, of course, going to be here doing the presentation. We're going to take a quick break, do a training afterwards. And when you hear some of these speakers, guys, I'm telling you, it will benefit your life. If you know anybody in the San Francisco Bay Area, you want to be here, you can get in touch with Gary. You can Zelle him $10. You can get it for $10. Guests are free on there, but $10 for partners in our business. Afterwards, it happens to be Maria's birthday, and Maria wanted to go somewhere, but when these guys set the date up, she said, that's okay. We'll be at the event. I'll celebrate with some of our team members and partners that are in the San Francisco Bay Area, Sacramento, San Jose, wherever they're coming from, Stockton, etc. And then afterwards, we're going to have a get-together. David Albini and Joyce Albini's anniversaries that day. So we're going to be meeting at Carmen's house for a little get-together, social, sit down, talk a little bit, have some cake and some amazing food. And we haven't got that slide ready yet, but that's going to be coming as well. But Todd, another brilliant day. After, Anita, I said, man, that's great. Can it get even better? Well, yeah, it did, guys. It just kept on getting better. So thank you guys for showing up today.
Hey, and congratulations on the rank advancements, Paul, Lee. Thank you so much, Anita, Daryl. By the way, obviously, we call him MJ for a reason. Hey, 90 minutes from now, guys, it's, Daryl gave all the times. It's 90 minutes from now. Look at your watch. 90 minutes from now, you got an opportunity to do something about your dreams coming true. You got an opportunity to invite someone to a live pricing demonstration, right? This is the documentation over the conversation. This is the in your face, right? Guys, we are bringing a new model to travel, doing things that have never been done before, and we can prove that. That's not just some story. And if we get Paul on there, because I've had Paul on our Zooms a couple times lately, guys, he's got never-ending stories. I mean, you just heard about the guy saving how much a month, Paul, on the rental cars? $800 a month?
Yeah, 600 to 800, depending on how many he rents, but consistently.
Yeah, and some people are like, I don't know if I see the value in your membership.
And I had a guy just recently, 26, well, he's like 30. For Father's Day, he got his family baseball tickets to the Diamondbacks here. He said, Paul, I went to StubHub, I went to Ticketmaster, and this guy's young, so he knows all the places to get tickets. He said, dude, you just saved me $300 on baseball tickets. Gave you my membership for 4 months. You know, because he had the middle one.
Hey, Paul, do me a favor. Your son, Paul Jr.,
yeah.
because he's not the big network marketer. He's not in this thing to make money, right? But
No.
he's in the company. And tell everybody why he's in the company.
All right. So my own son, 34 years old, he signed up probably a year after I got in the business. And Todd's known him since he was tiny. I mean, just a little kid. But my son, he works for the union here in Phoenix. He's a pipe fitter. He said, Dad, I'm saving my monthly fee almost every month just on concert tickets, sporting event tickets, stuff that I was buying anyway. He said, so my points are free. He said, I'm not really paying for it because I'm saving what I'm paying on the stuff I was going to buy. He was talking about movie tickets too. He said, I'm saving money at the movie theater on here. I'm like,
Hey, guys, the reason I want Paul to share that, because when you guys hear the presentations I've been doing lately, and I know other people do the same thing, the case that I've been prosecuting the most is, guys, that look, most people are saving more money, okay, just in the miscellaneous than it even costs for the biggest membership we have. Well, if I'm saving more than the biggest membership, then that means I'm getting the travel points for free.
Yeah.
And I can turn those travel points in for dream vacations every 6 to 12 months. And guys, that's just one of the ways we're showing people not just how to travel for less, but how to travel for free. Because then obviously we got the travel sites you can hand out. People can book travel and save money. You can earn travel credits. Guys, you can tell 3 people. I got my commissions paying for my membership. I got tax savings. I'm saving 4 to 5 times as much in taxes. I got that paying for my membership. And then I got the compensation program. There are so many different ways to win. There's so many different ways. I love Daryl Maria's slide. 100% chance of winning if you simply participate at any level. But if you are not traveling the world, not just for less, if you are not traveling the world for free, you have to look in the mirror and say, it's on me. Because, guys, we have removed the financial equation. And when you go back and say, wow, the number one shared dream in the world is the dream of traveling the world. There's no lack of dreams. There's only a lack of finances. And we remove that equation. When people understand the math, we had Katarina, Ambassador Katarina from Canada, the business analyst, the accountant. She was on here and she kept saying that over and over. When you understand the numbers, because she saved over 10 grand in 2 years, she saved $7,000. She got paid $7,000 because saving money is making money. She got paid $7,000 to go on vacation. I don't know. I got to think about it. You don't understand the numbers, right? But again, that's okay. It takes a while for people they got to kind of see other people do it. Even when AT&T got broke up, Ma Bell, they had a monopoly. Here came Sprint, here came MCI, here came all these other long distance carriers. They were half the price. But guess what? Nobody moved. They're like, yeah, but if I call grandma, I mean, are the phone lines reliable? I mean, people didn't know. And then they hire people like Joan Rivers to get on television. I know I'm dating myself now, right? We got some young people. Joan Rivers, who's that? Anyway, they got hired people like Joan Rivers, who was a famous actress, who got on television to scream at us, what, are you crazy? You want to pay more? And people still didn't move. It took actual network marketing. MCI went to Amway. Sprint started Network 2000. Some of you don't know that history, but the original long-distance companies, which is now also a mobile phone company, got their customer base out of, one of them pyramid things, right, guys? Network marketing, it's where we go out and educate people about things. It takes that education, that person to person. It takes all of the stories from Paul and Lee and all of the other people to realize, like, what am I doing? I've been ingrained, right? You've heard me see me do that a bunch of times, right? But guys, people have been, they've been ingrained in a certain way of thinking, right? And it takes a while to break people out of that mold. It's no different than habits. It's a habit, right? And sometimes the habits, they're so simple. They weigh so little. You don't even notice them until they're too heavy. You can't change them, right? And guys, it's that education. So get fired up 90 minutes from now. proof positive of what we're doing, and all you have to do is invite somebody. Let Daryl Maria do the work. You can sit back and eat your popcorn, put your feet up, right? Just invite some people to be on there. So with that, guys, don't forget the fireside chat also tomorrow night. Ambassador Deborah Taylor, Cynthia Sly, Pastor Mel Keys. We have our calls coming up this week. And then, guys, I leave for Barcelona, Spain on Wednesday. We'll be in Barcelona with David Hart and a lot of Eager and Larissa. And it's going to be a great event because we got Spanish, French, and Russian. It is going to be a multilingual event in Barcelona. It's going to be huge. It's going to be great, but we'll be over there. I know that obviously Dave Hart just made the announcement yesterday about the director bonus, guys. So not only did he put more money into the compensation program because he put a bonus at 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, and 5-star. But in the process, he had, eliminated the director bonus because it doesn't really pay any money. It just doesn't. I mean, it was way better here. But there were a few people that brought up, yeah, I know, but we used to get it. You know what I mean? And Dave says, you know what? Out of my own personal money, out of his own personal money, he's paying the $5 director bonus to anybody and everybody, and he put it back in, right? So Dave Hart is all in. He's all in. He's got his money on the table betting on you. And all you got to do is, one, get to the event in Las Vegas, Nevada, and get people on the Zoom that's coming up in 90 minutes, all right? With that, guys, have a great day, and God bless. Bye, everybody.
Unbelievable.